Well, hey, folks, friends, fans, and flirts. Welcome to another installment of the one and only, unique, original, interesting Michael Nelson. We're not a rock star, we're just a working man who doesn't fit in. But like a ship, I don't follow anybody. I just sail across the ocean and I look out over the stern and see the wake that I leave. That's me. Oh, Jessica, my honey doll, it's so nice to see you in the room. We're alone, baby. Want to kiss and make out in the corner? Let me turn on the light. I should come out of the dark. Jessica is such a pretty lady. How's the temperature up there in Indiana? Got up to 70 today, I think. 70. It was nice. It's going to be 75 on the weekend and 70s for the next week. That's good. Swimming against the stream, folks. Swim against the current. I've been doing it all my life. Even more so in the last so many years. You have to work harder. You have to work harder when you swim against the current. I always remember sewage goes downhill. You want to go with the sewage? Or do you want to go with the fresh water? Is my sound being heard? Does anybody hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Is the sound working? Don't tell me this is acting. Oh, good. For a minute, I thought the sound was out of commission. Thank you, Jessica. So, I just ate dinner and got this bad habit of getting tuna and stuff stuck in my teeth, and I got to stop all that. I don't have to look for trouble. It finds me. You can do all the right things, and somebody somewhere is not going to like it. I work hard. I don't work hard to kiss ass. I don't do that. Management is fickle. I'm not here to kiss butt to management. You know, when you look at a circuit board and you take apart a radio or a computer, there's circuit boards. And a computer was designed by its engineers to run a certain way. And God designed each of us to be unique. And I live in a society where if you're operating differently than the people around you, there's a set of people admiring and saying, wow, that guy works hard. Instead, you have insecurity rear up its ugly head. Man, he making me look bad. I'm not making you look bad. You making you look bad. This is the way I roll. When you send in the heavy equipment, don't expect me to be sitting over there with a spoon when I got a front end loader and I can move cubic yards, a bucket full. Hi, Ann Brown. No, the Bible tells us to go to work and do it. Do everything as unto the Lord. Do it with gusto. Work is hard enough, but you can get addicted to it. You can get addicted to just doing it. And it feels better to just do it, enjoy what you're doing, and excel than to sit there and go, what time is it? When's my break? Oh my gosh, when's Friday? Don't want to be a clock watcher. The seconds take forever to go by. Oh, yeah. Forget that. Hey, Audrey. Welcome, and how are you? All the ladies are coming in the house. I like that. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. Guy took me aside today. Not my boss, not my supervisor, somebody I work with. I've gotten along with him. Oh gosh, Jessica, you working 7 days. You need a vacation. Come to Georgia. I know it's not paradise, but we can make it that way. I'm doing great, Cassie. Long time no see. How are you? I'm all right, Audrey. And thanks for coming in, all of you. He took me aside and he said, Mike, very stern. Well, he called me, I need to see you. I'm like, why is he talking to me like the boss? Well, somebody else heard that. Somebody else. And he starts whispering. He says, I told you the turtle wins the race. Oh, crap. That might have just interrupted the stream. Well, you probably live in a good place, right? Hi, doggy. I'm glad you're good, Cassie. Can anybody hear me? When that phone rings, it interrupts the stream. All right, folks, let's try this. Is my video and stream working? Good night. I hate it when a call comes in, it goes to voicemail, it goes, come on, Apple. You're supposed to be top of the line. You can do better than that. You can do two things at once. All right, rolling right along. So he's half my age. Hi, some person. Welcome on in. I said, dude, I don't roll the way you roll. You're never going to get me to slow down. I'm going to do the way I do. Well, that's all well and good, but we always get the work done. You don't see me stressing. I said, Michael rolls the way he rolls, dude. You want to go your speed, go your speed. But you can't slow me down. Ain't nothing going to break at my stride. He throws up his hands, and I walked away and I said, Michael's going to work the speed he works. Nothing's going to change that. I can't slow down. The boss had left to get his kids, or the supervisor. I don't know, 15, 20 minutes went by and somebody says, Mike, so-and-so wants to see you. I'm like, he left? What the heck? I said, what's up? You tell me what's up. I said, he said, I heard there was an argument or a fight. I said, a fight? I said, no. I said, so-and-so called me out, tell me I need to slow down. I just politely told him, I said, I'm not going to slow down. Then he called the other guy out and said, what's going on? He said, what do you mean? He said, oh, I leave work and I hear there's an argument, a fight. And he looks at me and I said, I didn't say nothing. And then he says, you guys got something against each other? I said, no. He goes, no. He said, you got something against me? I said, no. Then I don't remember what happened, but then he got stern with me, the coworker, and answered a question. I said, let me answer the way I answer. I'm like, young man, you ain't going to talk to me with that tone. Anyways, I called him when I got home. I said, I need to clarify a few things. That's the second time he's come to me, and I didn't go to anybody. No, he said somebody observed this. I said, it wasn't a fight. I didn't get nasty. I just told him this is the way I roll. But I said, I am offended. I'm older than him and I got way more experience. He needs to stop that. He said, well, after you walked in the building, I told him, I said, if you're insecure about the way my works, that's your problem. Don't be telling him how to do things. If it bothers you the way he works, then step up to the plate. Folks, can you believe that? I don't look for trouble. I do not. Testing it. Anybody hear me? Is the stream still going? Wow. You get a phone call that boogers it all up. Anybody hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Is the stream still intact? Okay, good. Thank you, Jessica. I'm telling you truthfully, I don't look for this stuff. And I said, boss, I don't need no trouble. I'm here to work. And this is the second time, and he needs to stop. And I didn't call or say anything to anybody. He goes, no, you're not in trouble. And I can't say some things here, because you never know what ears are listening out there. But he sees what's going on. Other people see what's going on. But he said, this is just what I have to do. It's my job. And he said, don't change who you are. You're a rock star. Keep working your pace. You keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the right thing. I said, thank you. He said, I'm sorry about all this. He said, it's not your fault. The crab bucket mentality. You're different. The other crabs want to pull you down. And I went into this workplace. Thank you, Cassie. Now, he got kind of aggressive. And the supervisor says, you need to calm down. I said, you need to let me answer the way I need to answer. Don't tell me how to talk, boo. And that's the problem. That's the problem. The cultural dynamics down here are very difficult to work around. The cultural dynamics, I don't roll the way they roll. They don't roll the way I roll. And I am not going to apologize for who I am. I'm just not going to do it. Hello, Paul. How are you? Yeah, some person. Absolutely. If that's not coming from the boss or the supervisor, rock on. If the boss tells me, Mike, slow it down. We don't have to get all this done in a day. Okay, that's from management. Harvey, how are you? Welcome. I believe when you're a Christian, you need to give 110%. I believe as a Christian, you need to be different in your work ethic. You don't kiss butt. You don't suck up. Supervisor was out the other day. I work the same pace whether he's there, whether he's watching me, whether he's not. Because that's the way it is. I'm sorry to hear that, Paul. Is she okay? Guillermo, you know what I'm talking about. You work for Kimberly, huh? Georgia Pacific used to be in Augusta. What happened to that? Don't they have Georgia Pacific over in Warrenton? I don't like lazy. He even told me. He said, the reason I coast is I get my stuff done and I just coast. I said, no. I said, if I coast, I'm going to get in trouble, bro. No, you're not, man. I said, I will get in trouble because I can't live with that. They pay me to work here 8 hours of work. And when I realize that the boss ain't paying me enough, that's up to them and God. I've got to learn to trust myself to God. And God always seems to take care of Michael. So why is he going to stop now? Why is he going to stop now? Cassie, thank you for that. You know what? And that was the problem with the trainee I had a week plus ago. I said, you got to look busy. We're done with everything. I said, well, there's stuff to do. Pick up a broom, pick up trash, go down the aisles, make sure there's no parts that fell out of the bins, and, do something. Sit around if work is done. Doggy, you can't do that. You got to be a go-getter, man. But I don't like it when some young cat going to come up and tell me how I need to be. Dude, I don't and I won't be like you. You're not my friend. We work together. The minute that, and I've heard you make some comments, I know where I stand in your eyes. I know where I stand. And when I went in this workplace, these are not your friends. They are your coworkers. That's it. They don't got your back. Hello, Mr. E-Rock, how are you? That's right, Jessica. I have people telling me they don't know how I get my house done less than 6 hours. Yeah, if you keep up on your house and don't be a pig in it, it won't take long. Some people live like a slob, and it's going to take a while. That's right, doggy. Keep busy. Because you never know if management goes, you know what, this guy over here is working. I'm going to give him a raise. The lady I trained got fired. The boss actually asked me, I said, she's getting it. I gave a praise, and 10 minutes before work start, she's sitting on a pallet right outside the manager's office, and he comes out and says, what are you doing? Well, it's almost time to quit. He goes, well, it's not time. I need you to go find something to do. He said she walked off, and I just said, F that. She was in the temp agency and just called the temp agency and said, she will no longer be needed. People today, and I even told her, I said, you got to watch that phone. All right. And I said, you hear what I'm saying? Yeah, I hear. I said, you need to put it away. Well, I understand. I thought, okay, she's just going to keep doing it. I've told her, no more. Leave it alone. I'm not her boss. Dougie, why you bring that up? You have 50 beer cans and cigarette butts and God knows what surrounding a folding chair. Look at my room. Look at my room, doggy. Look at this. Clean, organized. Look. I mean, I got a couple things sitting out, but you see any beer cans and ciggy butts? You see any of that? Look, all my stuff's arranged nice. There's only one thing missing in this room. Right there. Another woman with me. That's it. It's the only thing out of place. I need a bigger bed. I need to sand that maple bed and varnish that and put that in here and get a full mattress. That bed's too small. My feet keep pushing off the bed and pushing that. And that's on rollers. And I come out in the morning and it's rolled across the floor. Jeez. A lady. Yep. Shift into neutral. Well, I like what you told me, that they'll come in late and they'll fiddle around and then go make their breakfast and sit in the break room and put their company clothes on. The last place I worked, the guy would do that. Show up late, put his breakfast in the microwave, eat it, go out the gate and smoke. All right, you showed up 30 minutes late, now you waste another hour. Damn, I wasn't his boss, so I kept my mouth shut. I don't need to say anything. Everybody knows who and what I'm talking about. We don't even need to say it. And don't even write it in the room, please. We don't need to say it. It's the usual suspects, as always, every time. And they think they got something up over us. I'm so tired of it, dude. Tired. 45 plus minutes. She didn't like. She was being trained, but she sat with her nose in her phone, taking selfies. Yeah, look, Jessica, I'm in love with my channel and you guys. But guess what? When I go to work, that phone is off. It is not with me. I get 2 breaks and I get an hour lunch. That's when I get on my phone and check stuff. 5 minutes before it's time to go back, I turn it off, put it away, and go to work. I see coworkers pulling it out. They weren't doing like she did, where they're leaning against the pack table, and so you better not get caught doing that, Lassie. You're gonna get in trouble. Oh yeah, yesterday or Monday, I was cleaning out an area where everybody had set orders that didn't get filled, and I mean a pallet load of dust and crap and trash. And I pulled out shot bottles and I said, "Wow, Pete's shots." Some of the sales guys, everybody's like, "Oh, well, we know whoever was doing that, nothing was getting done in here that day." We all laughed. Shot bottles at work, in work property. Ups, peach schnapps. Damn. Hello, sir. Yeah, but I'd rather have an hour off the end of my day and go home an hour early. I worked straight 8s before. Hiding vodka in the bathroom. Now that's an alcoholic. You can't go through your shift and leave the stuff alone. I'm learning something about alcoholism and it's scary. People tell me that they got to get control of their life, but they tell me they don't want to let go of their problem. And I said, well, that's because you're an alcoholic. Why are you going to quit cold turkey? Well, you need to. You're at the point now where you cannot have another drink. You can't regulate yourself. You cannot win with that. They have to free fall. They have to hit the cement. They have to, and it's sad. There's nothing you can do for people like that. Wow, Cassie, that's crazy. Good for you, Cassie. Good job. The boss? You gotta be kidding me. That there. I don't like that. He's trying to be friends with his good night. Mr. E-Rock, that's awful. I got you, man. It sucks when you see somebody who's an alcoholic. It's painful and there's nothing you can do. That's right, Cassie. Yeah, that's crazy. And I called my supervisor and said, I don't want no trouble. He goes, Mike, you're not. I said, but you know what? I know the way society is today. I know the way it is down here. It's not a plus. Evander, I'm sorry to hear that. A lot of people that I hear stories that lived with alcoholics are very abusive. And they're in denial and they will judge and finger point everybody else but themselves. I'll give you an example. I worked for a guy in Lakewood named Daryl, and he had a wife named Laura. Laura was a absolute B word. He had a handyman service, and he offered to pay me every week. And he had money problems, so I said, that's good, because I want to make sure I got my pay. And he had been paying me. And then first he lost his license or got it suspended for a DUI. He wanted me to drive his truck around all day and not get paid except for actual work. And I said, hold on. I got to drive you around all day and not get paid for hours worth of driving. I said, that ain't right, dude. I'm just going to drive my truck and I'll meet you at site. That ain't right. And he agreed. And we went one day to the house and he goes, let me go in. Laura controls the money. He goes, well, I need the money. I need to pay Michael. And I heard her blubbering. I was standing outside the front door and she goes, doesn't this young man realize that most people get paid once every 2 weeks? I almost opened that door and said, look, B word, he made the agreement. He told me you're an alcoholic. He had a problem with it and he's had to quit. He offered to pay me once a week, and this has nothing to do with me. It has to do with your husband's promise. I don't know how he's going to get through life if he thinks he got to get paid every week. I said, Daryl, did you tell Mike she's a drunk? I said, well, she needs to know I've worked at a place where I got paid once a month, once a week, once every 2 weeks. You're the one that made the agreement, so you were honoring that, and that I don't know what her problem is. Mike, I'll have the money in an envelope tomorrow. Just come by and get it. I said, I'll do that, and he did. Wife was a loser. Alcoholics blame everybody. They judge everybody. They think everybody's a mess. But them. But them. – Evander, you doing all right? Hello, Cheryl. Crumbling problems. Yep. Gosh, I don't want to deal with either, Jessica. Yeah, Evander, I know you had made a hint. Didn't you say your mom was a bit of that too? It's sad because you have to grow up. You have to be the big man. But guess what? You're a survivor. Don't quit. Look, and Jessica's never taken her anger out on men. She's always been polite to me. She never had an anti male stance. Wait. Oh, your mom's nice. We ditched him for our cat. Good call. Evander, always good to see you, man. Evander lives in good old Chicago. What's the weather like up there? Is it cold yet? You got that Lake Michigan cold wind and ice balls rolling off the lake. Lake Michigan, man, it sends up waves and it sprays and it freezes all over Lakeshore Drive. Yep. I lived in Duluth, which is even colder than that, dude. On Lake Spirit, that lake is ice year round. Just so cold, the water. But Michigan can dish up some pretty hefty wind in the Windy City. Man, I remember you drive between the skyscrapers with my truck and a camper on it. You drive in between and the wind would buffet. I mean, you're fighting. I'm like, dang, that wind comes down through these skyscrapers. Bad. Two packs a day. Dude, you're going to kill yourself. You got to ease up. That's too much cigarette. Too much. I see a lot of people vaping, but they say that's just as bad. They say it's just as bad. The thing about vaping, though, is it doesn't affect me the way cigarettes do. When I quit, I had to get here. It's one thing I remember about the Filipinos when they get loaded. I was in karaoke and three gals asked me to sit at their little cocktail table, and they were so tipsy. One knocked over, her foot caught the table, knocked it over. All the beer spilled on my pants. I said, wow, man, I don't even drink and I'm soaked in beer. That's wonderful. I didn't blow up. I just said, wow, that's just beautiful. I smell like a brewery. Oh, I'm sorry. I said, yeah, you guys are drunk. I got it. I got to go home and change. Hello, Sir Jacob. How are you? Popcorn. Jesse. Jessica. Hello, CB. 20 cigarettes or 20 packs? Oh, man, there's no way you could drive 20 packs. You'd look like the inside of a bulldozer smokestack. Sheesh. 20 ciggies, that's still a lot. How many's in a pack? 10? How much is a pack now? A pack is 20? How much is a pack? Hey, Mark, how are you? From my information from my uncle, it seems that older men in the USA are high priority overseas. For what, Cheryl? For love? $12 a pack. Dang. And I see that around here. I don't have no money. Well, quit the smoking, dude. Nah, Mike. No, you. Stop mooching. Quit smoking. I'm so tired of that. Hey, man, you got a cigarette? Oh, you're an addict and you're going to borrow everybody else's cigarettes. Lame. I hate the smell of cigarettes. Oh my gosh, it stinks. I'm training a new guy. He go out and light up and it's some nasty cancer stinks. I just don't like it. Don't like it. A lot of smokers out here. Shoot, back in World War II, when the troops would land on islands, they'd give the locals cigarettes and all kinds of things in exchange for stuff. Sheesh. They got all the islanders used to smoking. Gross. I know one thing, I can't kiss somebody who smokes. Not no woman who smokes like licking an ashtray. Interesting, Cheryl. I didn't know you used to smoke, Mr. E-Rock. Doggy, I'm just kidding. I wasn't doing that to you. I don't do that to people in real life. Now, I did with some lady friends. They'd smoke and I go, Mike. I said, you need to quit. That's awesome. I'm glad you quit, Mr. E-Rock. That's the way to fly. I gotta get my ginger too. Mark, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Like a freight train and oh, your dad lives in your house? Jessica, that's your house. You have house rules. He has to respect that, daddy or not. Take him away from him. House rules, no smokes. Thank you for that. What is your name? I see you're writing in Arabic, but I can't translate it. $9. Hey, JB, how are you? I never understood why people like to smoke. It just stinks. So the nicotine, how do you form an addiction to nicotine? Is it, somebody want to explain that to me? Oh, Azaz. How come it doesn't say that? There's no name. there's a conversation and then the Arabic Sanskrit print. That's different. No, you're fine. I can understand what you're saying, Azaz, and thanks for coming in. Wow, Evander, that's terrible. You know, they should be inspected regularly, nursing homes. Come on. They're getting paid big money to take care of oldsters, and they let that go to pot like that. Shame on them. They just wanted to make money and didn't pay for any of the services needed to keep up the place. Azad Dinen? I don't know if I'm saying that right. That shocks me. I thought they had to be inspected just like a dang restaurant. That surprises me. Evander, what part of Chicago are you in? Are you north, south, east, west? Are you towards Gary? Are you towards which side of Chicago? I know south side Chicago's no man's land. That's dangerous as heck. Well, welcome, Azadine. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but welcome. Like to have people from all over the world and everywhere in here. It's fun. Yeah, Jessica, I pray to God he doesn't suffer me to left to go in a nursing home. Thank you, Cheryl. An intelligent response. So is the nicotine in the actual cigarette or is in the filter? Where does nicotine come from? You know, the original Coca-Cola had crack cocaine in it somehow. Much worse than the filter. Jessica, what does that mean? I'll take a view. The nicotine is derived from the tobacco plant. I did not know that. I thought the tobacco was one thing and the nicotine was another. Jessica, if you live with me, you will not smell smoke. My place smells clean. Don't smell like no nursing home or piss or poo or God knows what. That's another thing I hate. You go into these places and they reek. What the hell, Barry? Hi, Rise. How are you? Welcome in. Jessica, that's sweet of you, man. Do you really mean that? That's awesome. Nicotine comes from plants, been used for 1,000 years. Interesting, Jax. I did not know that. See, I asked because I don't know the answer to everything. The industry has added additional chemicals. Yeah, I do know that they prime the pump to get people addicted to them. No, I think nursing homes are just, it's sad. One thing I respect about Philippine culture is most of the Filipinos, they keep mom and dad. You know, the parents raise the kids and then the kids raise the parents. And that's only right. People here, oh, I don't want to be bothered. They just cast them off. Literally just smoke the dried plant. Wow. Eggplant. Really sheepish. I didn't know that. Thank you, Azaz. I appreciate that. I've been remodeling this house for several years. Yeah, Cheryl, it's sad. Nursing homes, man. I remember when I drove the buses, there were certain buses I go in and I said, why does it smell like slobbered on toys in here? The guy I worked with says, what do you mean? I said, do you smell that? Smells like daycare toys. Slobbered on. It stinks in here. Gosh, I hate kid smells. Stinky. My sister used to take her French fries and shove them down between the seat and the car in the 70s. Car would smell bad, and you're like, why does it stink in here? And there's moldy fries stuck in between the seat. She wouldn't eat. She was picky about her food. Instead of just saying something and throwing it out, she stuffed it in between the seat. One day, we went to the steakhouse. My mother had fixed a salad for her. My mom would go to the bathroom. My dad would go up to the grill to grill the steaks. And I moved my feet. I'm like, what the hell is on my foot? I look and said, sister, what are you doing? What? I said, what's all this lettuce and salad dressing and everything under the table? She's sitting there taking her plate and sweeping it, dumping it all on the floor. I said, man, I got it all over my foot. I'm going to turn your butt into Mom. You're going to get in trouble. Oh, much better. It was cold Tuesday. Monday was ridiculous. That wind felt like something off the lakes. Even the locals one guy didn't come in on Monday. One thing you'll notice in the South is people will not, it gets cold and bad, they just disappear. Like, come on, guys, y'all think you're tough? I walked a mile from the city bus that I got off of just to go to the bus garage in Duluth. 25 below, the wind's screaming, adding it at 45, 50 below. Some days my boss would start the buses in advance and I'd go out and I'm like, my windshield's all thawed off. That's nice. Hey, Franny. Good to see everybody in here tonight. You guys are my community, man. You know, I start to care. Sometimes I pray for some of you. Some of you guys come to my mind. Hey, Bluegrass. I'm going through old Kentucky and looking for bluegrass. She's fixing me some fixins, collard greens and steak. Oh yeah. How's bluegrass doing? I like seeing people from all over the country. And you know what's weird though? We got to say this. There is a difference between west of the Mississippi and east. Look at everybody in here. Look at where everybody's from. Very rarely do I get people from much west of the Mississippi in this chat. Have you all noticed that? We get other countries, not the Dakotas. I think Gerald's the only one from Colorado. Well, there's somebody else sometimes. Washington, I can't remember his name. He would come in here. California. I take that back. Somebody's from California, but no Nevada. There's somebody who lived in Prescott, but most of the people are on this side. Steak for dinner every Sunday. Are you serious? Cheryl, yeah, work, go home, work, go home. Story of my life. That's why we come here, Cheryl. We made our own Cyberville. Welcome to Cyberville. Population's growing, almost 7,500. Maybe I can build a town hall. We'll have to elect councilmen and women, neighborhood Nazis that zone everything to death. Welcome to Cyberville, home of the Michael Nelson YouTube channel, a very special, caring, honest community. That'd be funny. The Peach State. We are the Peach State, Bluegrass. Cassie, you guys are all making me sad. But you know what? That's why we come here. And that's why I get so mad at these trolls and people get. There's people looking for community, even on the internet. And that's why it's important how we treat each other. It's what Cassie wrote, Cheryl. Her parents died, and that's all she had left as a family. You know what? There was a couple at the Soul Bar years ago that told me that. They live over near where Clemson is, and they were telling me that. She goes, I don't know why it's called the Peach State. That's funny. Minnesota's the land of lakes. Hey, Jessica, what is Indiana? What state is Indiana? Nevada's the Silver State. Oh, I'm going to kill myself here. What is California? I should know that, and I forgot what California. Texas is the Lone Star State. Is Kansas the Sunflower State? Montana's Big Sky Country. Cheryl, I'm sorry to hear that. We all got scars, man. Sunshine State. Missouri's the show me state. Jessica, you still in the house? I know you can cook anything. That's awesome. What is Indiana, Jessica? What is the state of Indiana? We were just talking about states. What is Indiana? Like Texas is the Lone Star State. Minnesota's the land of 10,000 lakes. Wisconsin is America's dairy land. What is Michigan? Why don't I remember what Michigan is? Ohio is the heart of it all. I love that. The Buckeye State. Corn. We didn't want to miss your. Jessica, you're so sweet. I love all my lady friends. You guys are flirts. I'm a flirt. I love it. We ought to have a slumber party. We'd all just hug and cuddle. The Hug and Cuddle Slumber Party Club. This is not a bra, it's a shirt I cut up. Welcome, Stuart. Shoot. I hate to say this, but New York is the clown state. They just elected a communist mayor. Washington, D.C. is the delirious state. Snuggles are awesome. That's all right, Stuart. I just like wearing it. I just do what I do, create my own style. Group meetup. No tops. You have to wear, you can wear a bra. It's got to be scantily clad from the waist up. No, I'm joking. Well, not really. Maine is pine trees, lobster, and snow. I have not been to New England. Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Massachusetts, the tax state of the nation. Utah, hey Kit Kats, how are you? Yeah, I want to come up there. We need to get a better truck than that stupid thing I got. It runs good, but shoot. Why you tell me to come to Mormon land? I was going to ask you that. And are you a man or a woman, Kit Kats? Doug, yes, I was a master Maine guy for 25 years. How much they charge for lobster tail up there, Franny? Is it any cheaper or is it still high as a kite? Yeah, Kit Kat, I'm not coming to Utah. I drove across it back in 96. I get a bad vibe when I go through Utah. I won't ever do it again. It's pretty real estate, but there's just a feel there that I don't like. Just not my cup of tea. My pronoun is Michael. I'm a man, born a man, die a man. Lobster used to be for prisoners. Really, Jessica? Bluegrass, I can just sense spiritual oppressiveness there with the Mormons being so dominant. You go through those Mormon towns, everybody stares at you. They can tell you're not one of them. Yeah, Mr. E-Rock, that'd be cool. Really, Blake? I think it'd be fun to meet you guys. Talk about a live video, all of us on there at the same time. That'd be awesome. That would get attention. That'd get a lot of attention. Oh my gosh, these are his fans? That'd be fun. He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Kit Kat. How old are you, Kit Kat? What do you do for a living, or are you still a kid? Absolutely, Bluegrass. $39? $39, what do you do for a living? Ain't no kid. Well, sometimes your spelling made me wonder, especially when you called me honey and it was Hunni. Hoonie. I'm part of the Hoonie tribe. Hoonie, 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 Hoonie. Hoonie, 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 Hoonie. Oh, wait, that sounds like horny. Shoot, I'd go back to 39, knowing what I know now. Hey, Fred Hinkle, how are you? The wild boys are calling on their way back from the fire. In August moon surrender. Gummy bears. Hey, punk, how are you? For a minute, I thought you I thought you almost said Elizabeth Warren, Fred. You know, Elizabeth Warren is a Native American, you know. Not. AOC's actually a scholar and an intellectual, right? Joe Biden can do more push-ups than Trump. I think Trump ought to take him up on that and say, come on, get down and do 20, Biden. He did something the other day and embarrassed himself real good. Somebody said he needs to be in a nursing home. I'm not making fun of that. But when you got a president behaving like he did, that's embarrassing. Oh, the night is my world. City lights, painted girls. In the day, nothing matters. It's just my fans that really matter. I'm going to start singing, we are family. All my chatters and me. It's true. E-Rock and his wife have been here. Nene and Mob have been here. Poor Mob, he works 12-hour days. He's tired. But he's been blessed. He gets overtime. Life is back. His back is good. I'm glad for him. I've formed an awesome friendship with Eric and Ma both. And that is a huge takeaway. So, YouTube is not a bad thing. It's cash tag Pacific Ocean Asia 7. Welcome back. That was a fast shower. The water must have been cold, Cassie. But hey, Jessica, have a good night. I'm jealous. Wish my head was on the pillow with you. Have a good night. I don't know how to do that. How do I pin the gift? How do I pin the gift and money on my chat? I don't know how to do that. I think I have to be set up for speed chat for that. I gave up. The process for that in AdSense is murder. Fred, is Bardstown on the river by chance with a name like Bardstown? Oh, really? There's a weird town in Nebraska named Grand Island. It is not an island. Why are you going to call the town Grand Island? Now, that would sound like a casino name, but that is just wild. Hover over the message in chat. Click more. Won't let me do it. It just pulls up a menu. Does it give me an option? Oh, yeah. Alaska definitely has some strange names. Yeah, I'm hovering over the messages and it just takes me to a menu. Yeah, and it's not, it won't let me do anything. It doesn't give me an option anymore. It just says, wait, pin the message. Let me see what happens. Pin it? What is the purpose of that? So I pinned it. What in the world? Unpin the message. What does that do? Yeah, did I give the wrong one? Pacific Ocean Asia 77. Doggy remembered it better than I did. Yeah, Pacific Ocean Asia 77, all one word. Doggy had it right. A dancing corgi dog. Shoot, somebody want to send me a new Oral-B electric toothbrush? I went to look the other day. Walmart is ridiculous. They want, like, for the head replacement, the little brush. Oh, no, those are like $27 or something ridiculous. The toothbrush is like $50. Those little battery toothbrushes. Tina gave me that 2 years ago. I really need to change the heads. But it's better than scraping your teeth with a toothbrush. It's better. It cleans them better. And it's gentler. Oh, got you, doggy. Heaven Hill Distillers. Grand Island, Nebraska. Oh, you're talking Maine. I was going to say there's no moose in Nebraska. I promise you there's no moose in Nebraska. That's all part of the Great Plains. There are no moose down there at all. They got moose in Colorado, and they got moose in Washington, Minnesota. Mooses. I'll never forget a girl on the bus. I'd taken them up to the mountain education program outside Boulder called Ballarat. And there was a moose running around up there, and I spotted it through the trees. And the kids were all, I said, don't go in there. I said, do not go in there. That moose got a rag. It'll charge you and knock you into next week. And they stopped. Really? I said, yeah, they're not friendly. Don't play with a moose. And this girl comes up, Mike, you know how there's like mice? And, you know, if there's a mouse, it's a mouse. If there's more than one, it's mice. I said, yeah. She goes, if there's more than one moose, do we call it meese? I said, oh my gosh, that's funny. Meese. Kids, man. Hey, Jess. Yes, there are still wild horses. They got them in Colorado, Montana, I believe, Wyoming. You know what? Let me go look. Mystery Rock, now you got me. Tina said she got these for cheap, unless they've changed them or something. She got like a whole bunch of them. Cross action, this one. But yeah, it is time to change it. Definitely. Probably just time to change the whole thing. But the motor works good in this, I'll tell you. It's amazing how well built these are. I like it better than a regular. Larishia! Larishia! No, I did not. I had a sneeze and it didn't come. I did not see you in there. How did I not see you in there, Larishia? Yeah, and it's $27 or something for that. Oh, that's stupid. I don't know. Our Walmart is insane down here. They've got all the deodorants, everything behind this. I noticed all the perfumes, all the women's stuff, all the makeup is now behind locked cabinets. I said, wow, the deodorant isn't locked up because nobody around here steals deodorant. because they never use it. Oh, that's cool, Franny. Larisha, I don't ignore you, and you know that. I honestly did not see you. I am sorry. But I'm glad you're coming back. You went on a dang sabbatical for weeks. I said in the room one day, where's Larisha? They're going to send the Miami mice out to come get her. $11 for the head or the toothbrush. You know, I got a CVS right down here. Why would CVS be cheaper than Walmart? I guess I'm starting to realize Walmart no longer is the cheapest. Got you. Yeah, that's expensive for those two little pieces. Larashia, but man, you disappeared and you know, it's like I was saying to everybody earlier, I get used to you guys. And one of you's gone. It's like, what the heck? It's like a limb was cut off. We got used to you, Larashia. You're not allowed to just go incognito for weeks. They got bison in Colorado. I'll make it up to you. Well, that's awesome. Hi, Linda. Linda wants to dress me in silk and cashmere. That sounds exciting. Silk would feel so sexy on my skin. Oh, bluegrass, that'd be awesome. Have you ever seen those paintings where it shows? That's cool. Bluegrass, you remember when girls were little, they used to collect the horses? What happened to that? Little girls had the dolls and the horses and shoot, no, they just, toys aren't the same anymore. Stupid stuff. The only thing that survived is Hot Wheels and Matchbox. That's it. Doggy, what are you yapping about over there? Yeah, Buffalo and Kentucky, really? Dress me, Linda. Have I been getting sleep? Let's see, I go to sleep every night. You want to lay by me and see? You can lay right next to me and you can be a witness. You can do a little live stream and whisper while I'm sleeping. Yes, Michael's sleeping. Look. That'd be weird. Being stalked in my sleep and Larashia is laying there videoing me when I don't know it. I wake up. What are you doing? Nothing. Am I on the internet? Oh my gosh. Then I'll smooch you right in front of everybody. I didn't realize you were both from Kentucky. That's cool. Bluegrass, listen to you. Hey, I'd kiss you too, Bluegrass. Don't knock it until you tried it. I'm so naughty. I need a girlfriend. Hint, hint. State Park. Yeah, Cheryl just said it. Oh, stereo. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Blue Moon of Kentucky. Well, come on down, Cheryl. What are you laughing about, Larashia? You know you'd like it. You know you'd like it if I danced my tongue on your tongue. Naughty boy that I am. I gotta stop all that. I gotta stop. So funny. There's a different crowd from evening to morning. The morning is one crowd, and the evening, some of you cross over. But it's funny, the two chats. The other day I had 10,000 views. Yesterday morning, 10,000 views. That was pretty good. It's been a while since I've seen that. Oh, and tomorrow's Friday, all you working people. Oh my gosh. Was it just me, or did the week last all night long? Good night. It seemed like a long week. Evander loves his bread. He's a Panera addict, and he likes Baby Bell cheese. What did you say the other day on your post? If Baby Bell cheese went away, what did you say? It was funny. Yes, Jess. Oh, I know. Well, Neeks. Ooh, Neeks is. She's all right. Tuna sandwich, mac and cheese. There you go. Hey, F55, where have you been? Glad you're back. I am the cheese man. Bridge said the other day, I eat cheese like a serial killer, cheese sticks. I need to get some more. I need to break my habit of going to Walmart. Walmart is just starting to show up as it's no longer big savings anymore. I should start a grocery store chain. We'll call it, we got to change it to something really catchy that America can be like, oh yeah, I'm going there. Got to get something. There used to be a Bilo here. Bilo got bought out by KJ's. When Dixie's gone, Piggly Wiggly's gone. Now that's sad. I like Piggly Wiggly. I'm a guy, but Piggly Wiggly's a cute store name. Doesn't sound so corporate. Are you serious, Larashia? That's oofed up. Yeah, you haven't been in here in the morning. She's in South Africa. She's in Durban. She's beautiful, and she's got a beautiful personality. She's absolute fun. But I miss Jackie. Gosh, I remember when we first started this, Jackie, Bridge. There are all those down under girls that come in there. Man, they were having us laughing in here. Bridge is she's funny any day she comes in. The stuff she says, you're just like, did you really just say that? Aldi is good dumpster diving. Why do you call it dump? I like Aldi. I buy them just to troll. We have IGA here. Bottle Rocket. And she'll take credit for that too, E-Rock. I feel bad the other day because I had to give somebody a butt chewing and she left. And I'm not happy about that, but You know, people want to be like that and say things. Yeah, I'm going to say something. We don't have the trolls like we used to. That's cut way down. They got too many other channels to pick on. Yeah, Larry, see, that's messed up. Why would you sell a shirt with Hitler over the peace sign? I've never heard of Wawa. No, I have, but I've never seen one. Look, you guys all see my blanket? It got so cold. Tina got me this last year. Look at my furry blanket. That is so cool. Man, that thing, I've got 4 blankets on me. I got my thermostat set at 69 this year, trying an experiment. There's some things I need to tweak. When the AC or the air conditioner's on, I feel the cold or hot air out of the attic. That vent cover or the trap door isn't sealed, and I got to find a way to seal that better. Sucking the cold air out of the attic right into the room. It's like, that's jacked up. I need to change that. Change it. No, I don't have satin. I've got a fitted sheet I need to get rid of because it's all cornballed up. It's not dirty, but you know, I wear my sweatshirts and it leaves little lint things all over it. It's done. I got a black one. I need to pull out my black one. It's not fitted. Every time I move around, it comes untucked. No, this keeps the cold air from coming in. I got 2. The blinds aren't enough. I'm not going to buy drapes. TJ Maxx has curtains? Really? I didn't know that. No, it's loose fitted. The insulation up above is crap. But there's air coming down because what's happening, the furnace ductwork is up in the attic, which I hate. In the South, I've learned if I were to build a house, ductwork would be inside, not in the attic. Nothing would be in the attic. Mob, how are you? Mob, oh my gosh, Mob is here. Hey, Adam, how are you? And thank you. I didn't even see you. I didn't even see you slip in, Mob. That's terrible. See, look, Glarishia, I didn't even see Mob come in. Don't you ever think that I would ignore you. I never ignore Larishia. Never. Ah, 8 o'clock, Mob. Are you serious? What happened to Pier 1? How come they went boobs up? Hi, Cake. Anybody know what happened to Pier 1? I mean, I know that was a while ago, but what happened to them? I thought everybody liked Pier 1. They go bankrupt? No, this stuff here, I hate it. It's that Stay Puffed, poofed up big stuff. I really need it replaced. I need a better blower. I want a turbo blower where if you have papers on the floor, it just blows them across the room. These weak blowers, the South sucks, man. I mean, it works, but it doesn't just, I want a turbo blower. Pier 1 had some cool stuff. Oh, is that? I didn't know it became World Market. Yeah, Pier 1 was very expensive. That I do remember. E-Rock, or Mob, I hope you're not overdoing it. Working hard for the money. What am I wearing? Sweatpants and my beautiful top. That's awesome, Mob. You come through that. They did a good job on the surgery, man, and God is with you. Turbo blower, yes. Colette, I was wondering where you were. Because I saw you left a comment at kind of timestamps, and I'm like, how come Colette isn't in here? That's strange. And I gotta get off because I gotta go to bed. Tomorrow's Friday. I can stay up late tomorrow if I don't wear myself out too much. Come home, do the laundry. I like to go to the stores early before all the clowns show up. I can tell I'm getting older. I used to have no problem shopping in the middle of the day. It's like now, nope, all the clowns are out there. Go when all the clowns are in the house sleeping still. You know what, Mom? I was saying earlier, yes, Colette, I did think of you. I do not hate you, Colette. You're all right. This community's become community. When somebody's missing or somebody's not here, I notice it. Lara Shia. Ye. Hear ye, hear ye. Ugh. I even gotta go to bed, folks. The yawns are just getting in the way. I'm scrumptious, Bluegrass. Wouldn't it be funny if we could get a date site going through my channel? People start marrying each other. Not only do we have a community, but we have a love community. I don't hate you, Colette. You're all right. If you can take me, you're a big girl. And that's what I like. You allow me to be me. That's huge today because so many people just can't stand somebody being themselves. Hello, Mr. Kindly. Thank you. I love this heart. I like it. I hate to do this, folks, but I've got to go. Got to go to bed. Politics would push it. Linda, that's cute. I got a heart on. Nice job, Linda. Nice double entendre. That's funny. You got a heart on. Say that real fast. No, I don't. I'm just pitching a tent. Wow, I guess I'm camping. What do you mean Republicans and Democrats would judge me? They already do. Heart on channel. Blair Shia, thanks for coming. Don't be laughing your butt off over there. Or you won't have any butt left. Love potion number 9. All right, folks. Thanks for showing up. Y'all have a good night. Sleep tight. Better hope you don't got bed bugs, but certainly don't let them bite. Look at that. Flex. All right, folks. See you later. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I love my chatters in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. All right, you guys, take care. Thank you, everybody. You too, Franny and Jess. Till next time.